Hey everybody, what's going on? EmOUchihaHime back again for another video, and today I'm reviewing the anime series Servant X Service. I went into this series pretty open-minded because I hadn't heard about it until Rightstuff's holiday sale in 2014. At the time, I was looking for some new animes to watch, and I decided I was going to take a risk on this one and try it out. After completing the series, I have to say I was pleasantly surprised. Servant X Service takes place somewhere in the Hokkaido Prefecture, where we're not exactly sure because they don't specify that, but most of the series takes place in a government ward building. In the very first episode, 3 of our main characters come to their first day at work at the Health and Welfare Division of this ward building. And when they get there, they meet their supervisor, Ichimiya, and that's pretty much where our story takes off. Really, it's a slice-of-life comedy series, so there really isn't a deep plot. The entire series just revolves around the hijinks and quirks at working at this particular ward building. Towards the second half of this particular series, there is a lot more romantic notes that are thrown in, but a majority of the series is just the slice-of-life comedy aspect. And that's okay, because I thought it was rather enjoyable. So it is definitely worth checking out. It's definitely worth the added price that Aniplex throws on all of their titles. So definitely give it a shot if you are interested in comedies. Overall, there really isn't all that much I can really say was a negative for this series. The animation was spectacular. I loved how the animation looked. And that's the one thing I can say about Aniplex. Even though they have really expensive anime titles, it is really worth it because the animation is just top notch. It's a sub-only series, so that might throw a couple people off. I know a lot of people prefer dubs, but I do think it is definitely worthwhile to check this one out. There's a couple of other quirks that come back repeatedly over the series. There's this elderly lady who keeps coming back in pretty much every episode, and then there is the sister of the supervisor that makes an appearance, just really pushing everyone's buttons and just driving everybody crazy. But it really is an appealing series, and I definitely recommend you guys check that out. My favorite character, and I think is one of the best characters in this series, is Hasube. His character, even though he was very annoying in the beginning, I think he has a very well-rounded personality. There isn't just one note to him. Sure, he's a pervert, sure, he is a slacker, but as we go forward, we find that he really is a genius. He really picks up things rather quickly, but at the same time, he has a sensitive, romantic side to him. So I really love how they developed his character from this one note, oh, I just want to get numbers with all these girls and I want to slack off, to I really want to attract this one particular person, get to know them, and all this other stuff. So I really just love how they developed his character overall. At the very beginning of this series, I thought it was going to be the most ridiculous plot I have ever heard. Because Yamagami came into the story stating that she wanted to get revenge. What happened was, when she was born, her parents didn't know what to name her. So they asked for suggestions, and when they went to fill out the paperwork to get her official name and all her documents settled, what they ended up doing was writing every one of these names as her first name. So she has, like, I don't even know how many it is, maybe 10 to maybe 20 first names, and then her family name. So she's always resented the fact that a civil servant had really just neglected his work and had okayed this application. So I thought that there was going to be this entire thing with her trying to find this person and have some kind of weird revenge, but that really doesn't come into the story all that much. It's one of those things that she wants to do, but it's not one of those things that the story focuses on. We really get a conclusion to that at the very end, and I was just like, oh, wow. That really messes things up. I'm not going to tell you who did it or what, because I don't want to spoil anything because that's a major spoiler, but it was a really enjoyable series. From start to finish, awesome stuff. So I definitely recommend you guys check this one out. It is pretty awesome if you're looking for a slice-of-life comedy with a hint of romance. So those are my thoughts on this series. Hope you guys check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.